Lisa and welcome back to my channel. A few weeks ago, I was so fortunate to speak at the Baby Time show, now called the Baby and Toddler show here in Toronto. It was so much fun. I had like a booth with like a poster of myself. It was so wild. I had an amazing weekend connecting with moms in one-on-one time management strategy consultations. So in today's video, I want to share with you some of the tips that I shared in my presentation, Time Management Strategies for Busy Mamas. Here's the thing about time. We all have the exact same amount of it. And how we use it will determine the happiness level or the contentment or the fulfillment level of our lives. And while we cannot control how much time we have, we can control how we spend it. My first time management strategy tip for busy mamas is to cast vision of where you want to go in life. Why is this important? And it sounds kind of like a mindset thing. It kind of is, but it's really important because if we don't know where we're going, it doesn't matter to me how many time management strategies you use if you're using them in the wrong places. So it's really important to me that a mom cast some vision for herself. If she was to live in the most ideal way, what would that life look like? And there are a couple ways that you can do this, a couple ways that you can sort of questions or scenarios that you can imagine to help you figure this out. One way I love is the rocking chair test that Tony Robbins offers at a lot of his seminars. And it basically looks like this. Just picture yourself at the age of 80, sitting in a rocking chair, maybe on your front porch, and you're reviewing, literally, your past 80 years. What are you proud of? What did you do that you feel so incredibly grateful that you did? What regrets do you have, if you have any? What do you wish you could have told your younger self? Another exercise I really like is one that I found in Living Forward by Daniel Harkavy and Michael Hyatt, and it's the exercise of writing your own obituary. So again, looking at the end of your life, somebody gets up and wants to talk about you and how you lived. What are they going to say? How are you going to be remembered? And I think this is really important, like I said, for time management, because we want to know what we're doing, why we're doing it. I believe that life should be lived with intention and not just haphazard because we feel like doing something. I really believe in my heart of hearts that a mom will be most happy if she can have a sense of where she is going. Time management strategy number 2 is what in your life can you delegate? We cannot do it all. It's just not possible. Definitely cannot do it all at the same time. So I believe that a really important skill for a mom to learn is how to delegate. And there are so many things in a mom's life that can be delegated. Can you break up who does school drop-off and pickup? Could you delegate one of those? Could you delegate cleaning of your house to a cleaning service? Can you delegate who plans and prepares meals, for example, in a meal delivery service where all of the ingredients show up at your door? One of the ways I do this for my little guys is Love Child Organics prepared pouches. These pouches are so convenient. It allows me to give my children organic and nutritious snacks and meals on the go without me doing it myself. So these are a couple of examples of ways you can delegate. What is something in your life you should really be delegating? Tip number 3 is what in your life can you automate? And what does this mean? It's a little bit different than delegation, but also along the same lines. For example, if you do something the same or similar every week, like grocery shopping, how can you automate that so that you're not working so hard every time? The way I do it is through click and collect services at big retailers where you're able to literally even use the exact same list and with one button, simply schedule when you pick up your groceries. It takes so much effort out of that exercise. There are a ton of ways I use automation in my business. I use an email platform called Infusionsoft that allows me to collect emails, bill clients, even schedule appointments very simply through an online platform. And I don't know about you, but my life can be crazy chaotic sometimes where I've got a baby on my hip, where I've got my phone in one hand, computer is out, doing online shopping for Christmas, for example. Sometimes I just don't even know where my credit card is in that moment. So one of the ways I automate my online purchases is using PayPal. With PayPal, You have your credit card number saved within its own platform, and it makes your online purchases literally one click. No hunting for where your wallet is or your purse is at the time, and it's a way that you can automate your online purchases and save time. My next tip is, what in your life can you batch? So batching is a word for essentially taking similar activities and doing them all at the same time. So for example, YouTube. I used to record one YouTube video a week, and I would set up the camera on Thursday, get it all, worked out, figure out my lighting, figure out my technology, often fail, record my video, be like, phew, I did it, oh my gosh, and then do it all again the next week. And it was always taking so much time because I would have to set up the camera, make sure the lighting was good, do all of that, ridiculous amounts of time. Now I shoot all my videos in one day. I'm demystifying the YouTube experience right now. I shoot several videos at a time so that I'm always a little bit farther ahead, and I don't have to set up the technology over and over again, which allows me to be way less stressed and allows me to save a ton of time. Another example of batch creating is cooking all your meals on Sunday evening, for example. You can create so many meals and stick them in your freezer. And when you think about it, you've already got all the utensils out, you've already got all the pots and bowls and whatnot out. It's faster when you are chopping everything or preparing everything in one go, and then you're ready, you're set up for success for your entire week. Another really important time management saving tip is, what in your life can you delete? This is a hard one. This is a hard one for me. I really hate disappointing people. I really hate saying no, especially the things that I care about. But what I think is really important to remember, and this is very much in Greg McKeown's book, Essentialism, is saying no to something is actually saying yes to something else. Saying no to something is actually saying yes to something else. It can be really hard to draw hard boundaries, but I believe if a mom wants to live her most fulfilled life, she can't do it all. She definitely can't do it all at the same time. So we have to have the courage and the strategy to say no to certain things so we can say yes to other things like our health, our families, our own personal goals and dreams. So saying no to something is really essential. And if you go onto my Instagram at Lisa Canning and you check out the highlight from Baby Time Show, I've got lots more things, including products that I bought at the show, sneak peeks of the other vendors, as well as a full tour of my booth. My booth was outfitted by Bye Bye Baby and had this really cool electric fireplace with Dimplex's OptiMist technology. It's so cool. It's water, like so safe for babies. And the electric fireplace shop in Toronto came and set that up for me. And you can see all of that by watching the highlight in my Instagram. So tell me, which of these tips resonates most with you? Which of these tips do you think that you could implement today? And what is one thing you can do today to save yourself a little bit of time? If you like this video, I would love for you to give it a big thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. And until next time, cheers to designing your beautiful life.